So I made checkers for my project. I'm gonna run it up real quick and play it. You can start a new game with one, and you can essentially move around pieces, playing both players. Preferably you'd have someone else that is playing with you. They move pretty easily. You can jump pieces. If I move my piece up there and then get B4 to jump it over at D6, and then that piece disappears, the one that was right there. We can also turn into kings and queens, but I'm not going to play all the way up there by reaching the end over there. Yeah. So I had a different game going right here. If I hit resume game, where I had a bunch of pieces all set up. Let me show off that part real quick. So if I move C7 away, then I can worry about, let's just move this guy randomly. And then I can move B8 out of the way, move him to C7, and I can get A7 into a king position. So now they can move any way they want, and I can show you that in just a second by moving H7, H8, I believe, H8 out of the way. H6 out of the way. Then I can show you that B8 can jump pieces in any position, in any direction. They get a whole new range of moves, and that's basically how that works. If I quit it again, and then I open it back up, you can see that we have that whole game set up. If I close the program, open it back up, and then resume it, the game is still set up. And that is done through this piece right here. It saves the recent game board, how it looks at the very moment. And it also saves the recent game, giving you all the information that you need. It's a little hard to understand. You can tell that this side is whether or not you're a king or a queen on the left side. So if we want to turn the piece that was over here and over here into kings, we can throw it up, load it, and then we can see we have a bunch more kings for absolutely no reason. Yeah. There's a ton of code that goes into it. This is the main menu. These are the rules that gets displayed. It sets up a fake board and shows you how it works. This begins a new game. This draws the board. This is the fake board for the thing. This displays the header on top of everything. This asks the user what move to make, and so on. It's very complicated. What I did in order to set up a lot of these is I set up my own vector2 script. So if we move over here, we can see that this is a board piece, but the board piece uses something called vector2s to move around, which is like a two-dimensional grid. It takes it in a character and a float, and if it doesn't get the character in the float, then it can run a translation on what you type in and try to get a vector or try to get a vector out of it. And if all else fails, it gives you A0, which gives you a different error on one of the codes down here under prompt user, if I can find it right here. So if it finds A0, it runs this. We don't quite understand the move you tried to make, and it continues. Yeah, ton went into it. It's a lot of fun to play. If I had more time, I would have made an AI, but it wasn't really in the requirements, so I didn't bother. But if you want to, you can do it here. And yeah, I hope you like it. It was a lot of fun. There's about 700 lines of code in this one, 150 in this one, 150 in this one, and like 40 here, but technically like 4. So altogether, it's about 1,000 lines of code, give or take. Yeah. Hope you liked it. Hope it works, and good luck.